French Open is over, Nate. And let me tell you something. We're going to start with the men's single first. Okay. I don't got to say it. Everybody needs to know this name. Okay. Novak Djokovic has won the 2021 French Open. Okay. He has defeated Stefanos Tsitsipas. And let me tell you something, Nate. Novak Djokovic, this was a very, very tough road to get to where he was. And this was a very hard French Open to win. Okay. He was in the, I believe it was the semifinals against Rafael Nadal. And that was a thriller, man. Like that was an unbelievable match. But at the end of the day, Djokovic powered through against my favorite, okay, Rafael Nadal. I love that man. But Rafael Nadal, he gave it his best, but he didn't win that night. And Novak was the better man. And Novak ended up going to the finals. And he was down 2-0 against 2-0 against Tsitsipas. The first set was 6-7, and the second set was 2-6. And he ended up coming back and winning the next three. He won 6-3, 6-2, and 6-4 to win his second championship at Roland Garros and his 19th Grand Slam title. So, hey, he has a quote right here. Before I say anything else, he says, and I quote, "I'm very proud, very happy. I don't want to stop there." That's what he said, and he ended up continuing by saying, "Hopefully, I can keep on winning here in Roland Garros at least one or two more times." And yeah, Nate, he is just one major trophy away from tying the men's record of 20 shared by Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. And he will get his first chance to pull even with his rivals at Wimbledon, which starts in 2 weeks. Okay, so we'll be on the alert for that. And he became one of only three men alongside Rod Laver and Roy Emerson to have won each major tournament at least twice. And he is now the reigning champion at the Australian Open and the French Open as well. So yeah, Nate, obviously, he's 34 years old. And I mean, look, let me explain something with Novak Djokovic, okay? But before I do, the source for this was the Associated Press. Let me start off with him first, okay? Obviously, we all know who Roger Federer is, okay? We know who Rafael Nadal is. This man is just slightly behind him, okay? If those two are going to be considered the GOAT, if he wins a 20th, he's got to be in that conversation. It's as simple as that. Now, obviously, old-time fans are going to point to, like, John McEnroe, regarding men. And like, obviously, I mentioned other guys as well here. I mentioned trying to find it real quick. I mentioned Rod Laver, and I mentioned Roy Emerson. They're good tennis players as well. They're great. But you know what, Nate? Novak Djokovic, like, let me tell you something. He really had to fight to get this French Open, okay? And a lot of people don't know when you lose the first set 6-7, that really is exhausting. Whenever you go 6-7 in a set, that is exhausting, because again, as time goes on in tennis, the more exhausted you get. Tennis doesn't have a certain time limit. It goes for as long as until the whole event ends. Until the whole match ends. You know what I'm saying? So the sets could take as long as 7-6. And when you get a 7-6, that's really exhausting. And then obviously you could tell it kind of exhausted him for the second set. Obviously he lost 2-6. But when this man came back, won 6-3, 6-2, and 6-4. Novak Djokovic is a different breed. Was a different breed in the French Open. Even what he did against Rafael Nadal, like that was a crazy match for both of them. Both of them were insane. Both of them just gave it everything they had. They put it all on the line. And at the end of the day, Novak Djokovic just ended up getting the best of Rafael Nadal. And I can't complain. It was a good match, and Novak won it clearly. Obviously, people could talk about how Roger Federer he ended up withdrawing from the French Open. You can say that all you like, but overall, this was a hard match to win. This was a hard French Open to win in general. Just he fought really hard to get there. So I got to give him a lot of credit. As for Stefanos Tsitsipas, he's got a bright future, man. He's young. He's got a bright future, and he is and I think I'm going to be honest with you. I think he is one of the best tennis players right now out there. It's a tough. He's got obviously, it's a tough loss. Obviously, when you go to the finals and you lose in any sport, it's a tough loss. But Tsitsipas he's got a bright future. He's young. He's younger than Novak Djokovic, and who knows what the tennis world has installed when Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal all retire. Considering when that might be, because it looks like right now they're beating Father Time. But again, nobody will ever overall beat Father Time. They will catch up to you. But overall, it's just amazing what Federer, Djokovic, and Rafael Nadal have done in such a long period of time. For them to be at the top of their sport for that long, it's crazy. But overall, going to Djokovic, he's got a chance to tie Nadal and Federer for 20 Grand Slam titles. He gets a chance to do that at Wimbledon, which I think Wimbledon is one of the most, if not the most, prestigious tennis events you could possibly win. So with that being said, obviously I wish everybody the best of luck in Wimbledon. But to Novak Djokovic, again, congratulations on winning the 2021 French Open. I think he's going to go down as one of the goats in that same category with Nadal and Federer when it's all said and done. And yeah, again, overall, congrats to him. As for Sisyphus, again, it's back to the drawing board, but I got to give him a lot of credit. He did fight pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Novak Djokovic. Yeah, Mario. He's close to 20 Grand Slam titles. With up there with Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. I think he could definitely make it past 20. He definitely could.
Great.
He's 34 years old. He still has a lot left in him. Still got a lot left in him.
Agree. What's so interesting about the men's tennis division is those three in general. It's a chase.
Yeah,
it's like 2020 and 19. It's going to be a chase. By the end of it, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. By the end of this marathon, who will have the most?
Exactly. Yeah, like everybody, all three of them are on top of each other. And it's just, the winner's so unpredictable. It's unpredictable who's going to move up. And then after it's a whole cycle. And that's what I love to see, I'd rather see that than see like, oh yeah, this is like 100% confirmed. You're winning this and in this category, and that's that. I like seeing stiff competition. I love seeing that. But yeah, Mario, he came back from he came back from 2 set downs, and that's the most important part, And I look at that, and even though like in sports you lose a baseball, or you're losing a baseball game like 9-1, in football you're losing a game like, I don't know, say 28-3. You know what I mean? You still have a chance to win that game, so as long as you keep your head in the game. And that's just that, like, yeah, you're gonna fall, just get right back up and go. That's it. That's what it's all about. And that's what Djokovic did. He realized that he was falling, he was losing, and he came up and said, you know what, I'm done losing. I'm gonna win. And that's what he did. That's what the greatest do.
Right, exactly. I was about to say that. That's a championship mindset right there.
That's what champion. Exactly.
That's what the GOATs show. The GOATs show that no matter what the comeback is, what the setback is, don't count them out.
How do you think Tom Brady won that Super Bowl against the Falcons? They were down 28-3. He said, "No, I don't care if we're down by 25. We still have a chance to win this game." And guess what? They won the game.
LeBron James 3-1.
3-1 against the 73-9 Warriors. Guess what? He still won that series because he never let his team down. You know what I mean? So when you really look at it, like, just because you're down a certain part of the series or you're down by a lot in the game doesn't mean you can't win. You know what I mean? Like, some people may say, "Oh yeah, all hope is lost," but like, really not. And that's a champion's mindset. That's just what it is. So, with that being said, congratulations to Novak Djokovic on a great feat. It's his 19th Grand Slam title, so congratulations to him. He's definitely up there in that conversation as one of the GOATs of tennis. So, best of luck to him in the next event, Mario. And I can't wait to report on this soon.
All right, and we got the women's as well. Okay, let me talk about this. This is something I'm very excited to talk about. Okay, because this girl, I'm gonna be real. What she has done has not been done since 2008. All right, Barbora Krejcikova, she has won the women's doubles and the women's single for French Open, making her the first tennis player to do it since 2000. All right, so let me get to that a little bit. Okay, so she ended up winning the doubles major with her teammate Katrina Siniakova on Sunday, completing the sweep at Roland Garros. And before that, the first one she won was the singles. Krejcikova, she ended up defeating Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova for the women's singles title Saturday, and she became the first player to sweep both titles at any Grand Slam tournament since Serena Williams at Wimbledon in 2016. But she has become the first one to do it in Paris since 2000. So yeah, Nate, obviously, let me tell you something, Nate. The first one, I'll start with the doubles first. Krejcikova and Siniakova, they are both 25, but they have a lot of experience together. They had started their partnership in the juniors in 2013. And they won a 6-4 and 6-2 win over Bethany Maddox Sands and Iga Swiatek in Sunday's final as they converted 5 of their 7 break points. And then going to her, it doesn't really talk about her win for the singles because I'm on the doubles article, but I'm gonna look that up real quick for her singles win. Just give me a little bit of time right here. I'm gonna look up her singles win at the French Open. So for the singles, she all right here. Okay, I got it. So she beat Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. She beat her 6-1, 2-6, and 6-4 in the final at Roland Garros, and she did that on Saturday. So I gotta give this girl a lot of credit, okay? Because the reason why I gotta give this girl a lot of credit is because let me explain something, Nate. In tennis, here's how stuff works, okay? You play, right? You play the game. You get like a day or two to possibly break, or depending on how long it takes to find the winner the next game, and then you go on to face them. This girl, right, won the singles Saturday, then won the doubles Sunday. She did this in a span of 24 hours. That is ridiculous, man. To win two French Open championships in the span of 24 hours. I gotta give this girl a lot of credit. Barbora Krejcikova, and I texted you this when I found out about it. I said this girl is not human. That is crazy to do that. Now regardless, it was 3. It was a total of 5 sets in 24 hours, but regardless, that is crazy, Nate. For you to win 2 titles in 24 hours, that is ridiculous. And remember, Nate, again, that takes a mindset too, because it goes, all right, I won this title. I gotta train and go back to sleep, get my right sleep and wake up again to do it again. That's ridiculous. So again, congratulations to her. And a little bit on her. She bested 31st seed Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, like I said. She won the women's title in her 5th major tournament as a singles player, excuse me. And I'm gonna try to find a quote here. Okay, I got one right here. It says, and I quote, pretty much her last words were just enjoyed and just try to win a Grand Slam. And I mean, I know that from somewhere she's looking at me, and that's what she told the crowd on Court Felipe Chatrier. Excuse me if I pronounced that wrong. And then she continued to quote by saying, all of this that just happened these 2 weeks is pretty much because she is just looking at me from up there. And it was amazing that I had a chance to meet her and that she was such an inspiration for me. I just really missed her, but I hope she's happy right now. I'm extremely happy. And that was what she said about her former coach, Jana Novatana. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these names wrong because, again, they're complicated names to pronounce. But overall, that's what she said about the singles win. As for the doubles, she said for that, after winning it, she said, I'm just really happy that we have another title and looking forward. We're going to continue with our cooperation with Wimbledon and also for the Olympics. I hope there's going to be a bright future for us. So that's basically the quotes that she said about this. And there's one more actually. I'm sorry I keep doing this. There's so many quotes. He says, right now, after all of this happened, the last 2 weeks, 2 days, I feel really relieved and relaxed. I just know from now on I can really enjoy because I have pretty much achieved everything I really wanted. Now I can just improve. That's the only thing I can do, just improving. So overall, Nate, it shows you her mindset, man. That's a good mindset to have as an athlete right there. All right, we won this championship. Now it's time to go to the next. And not only that, after we did it, all right, we get to relax, we get to enjoy ourselves, but then it's back to improving our game. That's what it takes to be a champion right there. And she's proven that by having a championship mindset. That is something I haven't really heard of. And I've been keeping up with tennis for the past few years, not too long, I'm going to be honest. For somebody to go singles one day, and then in 24 hours win a doubles, that's ridiculous to me. That's just crazy. But people do it. I bet it is exhausting to compete in both types of events and tournaments. So I got to give her a lot of credit. I got to give tennis players a lot of credit too, because even though they're not enduring physical hits like hockey or football, even though they're not facing physical contact or anything, some of these matches, they go on for a very, very long time, and it is exhausting. So tennis players, I think out of a lot of sports, I think they have some of I think they got to have some of the most endurance to go through all that time and everything like that. But overall, Barbara Krejcikova, again, congratulations to you on winning the French Open in the singles and doubles. I'm wishing you the best of luck in Wimbledon and the Olympics, and we'll see how that turns out. As for everybody else who was a part of the French Open, again, it's back to the drawing board, and we'll see how they do in Wimbledon.
Yeah, absolutely. This is such an absolutely incredible feat of accomplishments, Mario. You don't really see sweep like this, and to do it twice, you know what I mean, to win two of them in less than 24 hours. Usually, you see that in boxing or in UFC where they win multiple titles.
But they don't do it in 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. They do it at one time. That's what I mean. It's just so impressive. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Neither. I don't think I have. At least to my current knowledge, anyway.
Right. What's happened in like Wimbledon in 2016 with Serena Williams? But Serena Williams is capable of that stuff. Why? Because she's a GOAT.
She's Serena Williams, right? And honestly, Mario, again, she also has the mindset of a champion. That's what you gotta do. If you want to go big, with sports. You know what I mean? You gotta have that mindset each and every day. You gotta have that mindset to improve every single day, whether you won or not. That's just that, because even if you do win, there's probably still something you need to do better. That's just the reality of being an athlete. And I love Krejcikova's I love her mindset. Each and every day she's working harder and harder to do what she loves to do, and that's how it is. That's what we gotta do as an athlete and in life in general.
Right, and what she did at Roland Garros, again, it's rare. The last time that happened was in 2000 with Mary Pierce.
Right, absolutely. And if you put your mind to it and you work hard, you can compete. You can accomplish goals like this. So keep that in mind. But other than that, Mario, with that being said, going back to everybody who competed in the French Open, it's back to the drawing board. To the people, to both players that won. Congratulations to you both. I believe the next event is Wimbledon. That's the next one
in 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah. So we'll make sure we'll keep eyes out on that. We'll report on that. Other than that, Mario, congratulations to both winners. As for the rest of them, best of luck to you guys. It's back to the drawing board.